MC on the Bells. Welcome to my channel, Learning Bells Live. Today we are going to talk about anatomical terminology. So let's begin. We will first talk about a few anatomical positions. Anatomical positions. Our first position is the anatomical position. Number 1, anatomical position. In this position, we have eyes facing straight forward and the arms by the side of the body, palms facing forward, and feet together. That is the anatomical position. Our next position is the supine position. Number 2, supine position. In this position, the person lies on his or her own back, arms to the side of the body, palms facing upwards, and feet together. That is the supine position. Moving on to our next position, which is the prone position. Number 3, the prone position. In the prone position, a person lies on his or her face, chest, and abdomen. That is prone position. Lastly, we have lithotomy position. Number 4, lithotomy position. In this position, a person lies on his or her back and legs are lifted upwards, which are supported on straps. This position is mainly used during the delivery of a baby. Position is mainly used for the delivery of a baby. Delivery of a baby. Now you may take a look at the positions before we move on to planes. Moving on to planes. Planes. Firstly, we have the most important plane, midsagittal plane. Number 1, midsagittal. The midsagittal plane. The midsagittal plane is the plane which divides the body into equal right and left halves. Divides the body into equal left and right halves. That is the midsagittal plane. And then the sagittal plane, number 2, the sagittal plane. In case of the sagittal plane, any plane which is parallel to the midsagittal plane is the sagittal plane. Next, we have coronal plane. Coronal. Number 3, coronal plane. The coronal plane divides the body into anterior and posterior parts. It is perpendicular to both the midsagittal and the sagittal planes. It divides the body into anterior and posterior parts. And what are they? Divides the body into anterior and posterior parts. And what are anterior and posterior? Anterior means the front part, and the posterior part means the back part when we divide the body using coronal plane. And we also have number 4 as transverse horizontal plane. Transverse horizontal plane. This plane divides the body into bottom and top parts. It means up and down. Transverse horizontal plane. These were the planes which I have to discuss, and also some extra planes like oblique plane. Number 5, oblique plane. The oblique plane is any plane other than the midsagittal, coronal, and transverse horizontal. Any plane other than the midsagittal, coronal, and transverse horizontal plane is the oblique plane. Finally, the main plane is cardinal plane. Cardinal plane. And this plane is any plane which traverses through the center of the body. That is cardinal plane. We have some more terms to discuss, but before we do that, you may take a look at the board. Lastly, our next set of terms are, we have fundamental position. Fundamental position, which is basically the anatomical position, but just the palms are facing towards the body and not forwards. And fundamental position does not really have any anatomical significance. Our last term is center of gravity, which is a point where 3 cardinal planes intersect each other in the body. That is the center of gravity. So now you may take a look at the board. There are so many other types of anatomical terminologies, but we will discuss them in our upcoming episodes. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.